Imagine this, you quoted the client $15,000. By the end of the event planning process, you have spent $19,200. So you've got two choices. You could either come up with that out of your own pocket, or you've got to deliver your client bad news. Hey, we're over by almost 25%. Now, to be fair, the problem was not 100% your fault, but it's because the budget tracking system that you have is spread out where you've got it in your email, you've got it in your text, you've got it in spreadsheets, you've got it in notes. And none of that is connected to your team who's out there actually spending the money. So in this video, I'm going to show you how Ripluo's budgeting system allows you to track everything in real time and stay on target so that you don't have to deliver bad news or receive bad news yourself. So here you can see I've got Ripluo open and I am straight on to my event dashboard. I'm going to click into a fun event that I created using the Buildr AI system, where I asked it to create checklists and budget and plan the event for me. This is for the Declaration of Independence signing and celebration. And it's as if it's actually in 1776. So you can see that the date is set for there, and that was 3,043 months ago. So with I've got schedules, I've got a bunch of other tabs, but I'm going to go to the budget tab because that's what we're talking through in this video. And you can see here that the budget is already created, and I've got a couple of different items that I can look through first and foremost. So I have a category. The category is going to be like, it's obvious, it's pretty obvious, but you can see that it's colonial refreshments. So that's food and beverage, delegate lodging and travel. So that would be like hotel and things, and it's setting a very probably a generous budget for 1776. But here we can see how much do I have budgeted for each line item. I can transfer between those, and so rather than changing the actual budgeted like by 180, I can say, okay, I actually want $20 to go from colonial refreshments into delegate and lodging, and it can keep track of all of that. How much do I have remaining for each one? How much is committed? So that would be under a planned item. If I have, so I've spent $20 and I have already given someone $20 and they haven't spent it yet. And I said, yes, you can spend $20 here. I want to keep track of that as planned. And then it automatically calculates using spent and variance and progress. So, and we're going to see that here in a second. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click in to an event where I don't have a budget already planned. And it's, let's see, I'm actually going to click X here. I'm going to go to budget. You can see I've got no budget linked. So I'm going to go to Buildr AI because I don't want to just create something from scratch. I built into the Ripluo system. We already have some items, and I just want to do a full budget. And that's going to be for a family reunion for, we'll say, 150 people. It's going to be a very large family reunion. Definitely not my family, but we're going to go with it. So now you can see that Buildr AI is thinking. It says, hey, there's no existing budget. Let me create all the expense and revenue categories. So revenue is going to be where am I getting that money from? And then budget is going to be how am I spending, where I want to track it to, and different things like that. So you can see here it's populating, it's telling me what the different categories are. And then here in the budgeting system, you can see that it's actually loading it in for me. It's setting the different items for venue rental and transportation shuttle and for tents and canopies and things like that. So then if I click on revenue, I can see, okay, I'm actually going to do a 50-50 raffle at this reunion. I've got 150 people, so why not? Family registration fees just to make sure that everybody pays their part. Hey, you want to come? You've got a registration fee. Running, I'm not sure that I would actually do that, but it's a really interesting idea. And maybe there's some out there that really do that. So here we've got some different items under revenue. I can click into it and I can add a description here. So I can type this in and say 50-50 raffle, and it's going to be spend a dollar and get a ticket. It's probably more like $10 or so. And if they win, when they win, then they get half, and half is for expenses. And we hit save, or we would maybe give that away, different things like that. So you can see that I can click in and I can do some certain things. I can also click here and click edit. And with this, I've got a little bit more control. I can change between this is a revenue and expense. Is this a fixed amount or is it calculated? Like, let's say I think I'm going to sell tickets. So maybe out of 150 people, half of them buy, and each of them buy $10. And so that's going to be tickets, and we hit save. And so then it calculates, and we're now the target is 750 and things like that. So we've got revenue categories. I can click here and add my own revenue category. And then we've got expenses. So expenses, I mentioned we've got budgeted. So same kind of a flow. You can edit it if you want to. I can change from a fixed amount to a calculated amount, or I can click into it. And now you can see that I can actually add subcategories for my budget. So let's say I want to have a subcategory that's going to be game one, and it's going to be $100, and hit add. So now I've got a subcategory of game one, but I have a total budget of 200. So I want to add a second one. It's going to be game two, and I'm going to spend another $100 here. My mouse is kind of jumping all around. So I've got game one, game two, so the $200 matches. But let's say, for example, I'm going to go to banner and signage. I've got $150. Let's say I really only need $100 and I want another $50 for games. I can add a transfer, and I can go transfer one. I'm going to say donated banner. So I'm going to transfer $50 from banner to, we'll say we've got extra money for beverages and drinks because everybody's going to be thirsty. So now I've got a transfer out. So I had budgeted this. I transferred out 50, and I have my remaining budget of 100. Great, that's working. Now let's say, okay, we're still on banner and signage. Let's say I have gotten a quote, and I'm planning, so quote for large sign, fixed amount, and the quote is $100. And I'm expected to spend this on the 31st of July. And the vendor is Uncle Johnny's shop. Hit add planned item. All right, so now we can see budget 150, transfer of 50, remaining budget was 100, but I have committed $100 and I've spent zero. So you can see that there's $0 available because I have committed it, and then I have $0 spent. What happens if I actually spend that money? So if I come here to add transaction, I'm going to put large banner. My vendor would be like an actual vendor that I have saved. So I'm actually saving that if I need to. I'm going to skip that part just for now, but I'm going to go to I'm spending the $100, and I'm hitting add transaction. So now I have actually spent $100, and I still have planned. So how do I reconcile that? I can come here and I can just cancel it. So I've canceled that item, and now you can see I'm back to zero. I've spent $100, and I don't have the $100 budgeted anymore because I've already spent it. If I click out, you can see, okay, 100% of the banner and signage has been spent, and I don't need to do anything more. So now, as you can see, this can just get even more detailed. You can log subcategories under each and every one of them if you want to. You can just continue to add and build. You can add your own, as I mentioned before. And then you can come here and you can see, okay, these are just a list of the transactions. I can see, okay, I transferred. I also spent $100. I have planned. Nope, I've already canceled all that one. So I don't have anything planned more. So I can filter out by those. And then I can come here for reports, and I can see a breakdown by the categories for this actual budget in a couple of different areas of how much is spent versus available. Okay, I've spent $100, and I actually have a budget of 15,125. And so I can see a little bit of the difference, gives it some visual, a little bit different. And then it also shows a revenue breakdown of where this is. So you can see how this would be incredibly helpful if you are planning out an event. Like, let's say you're planning a conference
and you've got a large budget and you want to show people where is their money going, what what percentage of it is going where. You can see right here, catering and food. I'm spending almost 25% just on that. Another 16%, $2,500 is on venue rental. So a couple of different options for you there within the budgeting system. That's how you use it. You can create it from scratch, or you can use Buildr AI if you don't want to. You can also copy and paste into Buildr AI and say, hey, I already, maybe you already have it on a spreadsheet. You go and grab those items, you grab the amounts, feed it into Buildr AI and let it tweak it, change it, but also then put it in there for you as well. And that's the budgeting system. If you haven't already, be sure to go to ripluo.com. Looks just like this. You can click the start for free button if you have not already created an account, and you can get started planning your first event today.